Hi,
Hey, Olivia. How are
how
you?
are you? Oh,
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I see. There was a lot of people in Washington DC, yesterday and 2 days ago because they had the midterm today for her hat.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh. So, we could start with um your question, and then we could go to Alessandra, and then go back and forth after I answer each problem, and then Jillian as well. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, well, right now we're currently working on RRS and
Mhm.
chirality. So
Yeah.
I think I included some pages on the worksheet, and I was like wondering if we can go over that.
Yeah. Let's go over that. I'm gonna share my
Mm-hmm.
screen for my Google Drive because there's a lot of files in there, and then like I'm gonna scroll through each one and then tell me which one it is, and I can import it to my Notability.
Okay.
Let's see, screen here. Okay, so practice rounds, exams.
Yeah, it
There's
was probably
probably,
one of the most recent one.
yeah.
I think it's like under 8084, 8085. Oh, and then also like chair and flips are like um just a little bit confusing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe I can figure out RS a little bit more, but maybe chair flips are a bit harder.
Chair flips are a bit harder. Okay, so let's focus on chair flips first. Um,
Okay.
yeah, let's do the practice. Oh yeah, so for next time when we import the things here, you can create another folder, and then you could name that folder the date of the office hours, and then I could go to the office hours, so then it's uh like more organized, so I could go to that folder and then import
Mm-hmm.
the files to the Notability more quickly. So that could be for
Okay.
next office hours.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to add it here. Um Are these coming? Or these are leave-ins ones. Let's see. Okay. Key. Send the copy. This one. Is there also a PDF of these documents? Because I noticed that these are JPG files, like image files.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can add them as
Uh-huh.
PDFs.
Yeah. Because I think a
Sorry,
PDF
I'm still
would
like a
be.
bit new with that stuff.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Wait. Okay.
Sorry.
So I don't have to keep importing each page one at a time. Like if it's a PDF, I could like just put the full PDF onto the Notability too. But it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, okay.
Next
I'll
time.
keep that in mind for next time.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. So, well, what the heck? Didn't I import? Oh, they did it like
Uh,
this. See. Okay. It's okay. So, um, I want this to go down. Okay. So, so chair flips are going to talk about the different forms of six-membered rings, cyclohexanes, right? Where this is a cyclohexane right here, and we have two different chair flips. This curved arrow is showing that structure but redrawn. Right, one of the chair flips is going to look like this. The other chair flip is going to look like this. Right, and there's different ways that you could draw this. Like, but notice that these two lines here are parallel to each other. They're going the same direction. These
right.
two lines are parallel to each other, and these two lines are parallel to each other. Right. So There's two hydrogens for all of these carbons, but they're invisible right now. And one hydrogen, let's say, could be wedge, one hydrogen could be dash. If you see a wedge bond, that means that it's going up. If you see a dash bond, that means it's going down. So let me make this more clear by showing you a wedge group, like let's say wedge isopropyl group, and a dash ethyl group, like this. Right. If I number my number one atom here and I go all the way down to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. For these chair flips right here, I always number it like this. I start my number one atom down here and I go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And this is the chair flip that I am used with the most. Like I like this chair flip better than this one for some reason because I think it's like easier to draw for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when you flip this chair flip into this one right here, imagine rotating everything clockwise, right? Like everything is going to go clockwise. So my number one atom's gonna be here now. My number two atom's gonna be here. My number three atom's gonna be there. 4, 5, and 6. Like it's just like steering the wheel clockwise. Imagine this is the wheel, and every number shifted clockwise alongside with it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Uh-huh. Right. You have to be careful because sometimes the problem will start off with this chair flip, and they want you to flip to this chair flip. And if that's the case, you flip everything counterclockwise. Right. So you have to keep in mind what chair flip you're starting with. I like to think of it like on the left side, if I'm starting like this, then if I want to do the flip on the other side, I just rotate everything. Like I'm just like puckering this carbon up here, right? Because this number one carbon right here is that same number one carbon right there. I'm just like
Right.
shifting it to the right like that, right? And if you start something like this, then I'm puckering this top carbon downwards. I'm pushing it down, which would rotate everything the same direction with it, which is counterclockwise. Okay, so that order is very important. That numbering system is how I number it. You might see different professors number it different ways. Like they might use like a different number. Like they might start 1 here, 2 there, 3, 4 there. Doesn't matter, right? What matters is that you have to be consistent with it. If you number this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, and you do the flip, when you rotate everything clockwise, this would be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So it doesn't matter how you number it. Some professors letter it like A, B, C, D, E, F. It doesn't matter. You just have to be consistent when you flip it. Right. So now each carbon here will have either an axial bond or equatorial bond. Um, so let's start with axial bonds, which is the easier one. Right. So axial, I'm going to start at this top left corner here, going up. Axial meaning that the bonds can only go up or down in direction. Right. There's no like slant or like to it. Right. It's just going up or down. So at this carbon here, this bond is axial going up out of carbon two.
Okay.
Right. Now, if I go to the next one, they're gonna alternate, right? If that axial is up, the next axial is gonna be down. So think of it as up, down, up, down, up, down. All right. This is axial. I just drew it a little bit to the side because I don't want it to overlap that one, but this is going straight up.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Where you notice how as it moves to each carbon, it's alternating like up, down, down, up, down. Right. That's the axial bonds. Now, if we move on to equatorial bonds, they're always going to be on the opposite direction as the axial bond. So if we look at carbon one, for example, we see that the axial bond is going down. That means that the equatorial of carbon one has to go up, right? And the direction matters here. And the way that I think about the direction is that I ignore that very first bond attached to carbon one, and then I look at the next two bonds, which are these ones right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my bond has to be parallel to those next two bonds, right? Ignore the first bond, look at the next two bonds, which has to be in the same direction, parallel to those next two bonds like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. So let's try carbon 6. What direction would the equatorial bond be on carbon 6?
Um, I would it have to be pointing to the right?
Right. So before we think about the direction of like right or left, is it gonna go up or down?
Um, it would go down.
Yep, because it's gonna be opposite to the axial, and the axial here is up, so it has to go down.
Mm-hmm.
So when we ignore the first bond right here and we look at the next two bonds, it's gonna go down to the left like that. Right?
So it goes in the like um
Direction.
same
Uh-huh.
direction.
Same
Okay.
slant as the next two bonds. Like this bond
Oh,
and this
okay.
bond, the next two bonds. We ignore the first bond. We ignore those bonds
Mm-hmm.
right there. Right. So it's gonna go down right here, parallel or the same direction as the next two bonds.
Oh, okay, that makes
Like that.
sense.
Right. Some people like they just do a lot of practice problems and they just memorize it like that. You could memorize it like that, or you could think of it like this, like um parallel to the next two bonds. Ignore the first bond like that. Right. Okay, so let's try carbon 5. Where would carbon 5 equatorial bond go to? What direction?
Mm. Um, would it go up?
Yep, it would go up because the axle is down, and if it's going up,
Right.
what where would it go up? Like, would it go up like this, or would it go up like that?
Um, e- I think it would go up towards the right.
Yep, up towards the right, because if we look at the next two bonds, which is this one and this one, it has to be parallel to those two bonds like that,
Right.
same direction, going to the right. Nice. Right. So practice like the equatorial bonds for sure. Equatorial is harder than axial because axial you just go up, down, up, down, wait, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then equatorial is gonna be opposite to axial, but parallel to the next two bonds. Right. So that's gonna go down, that's gonna go up, and that's gonna go down like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mhm. When we do the chair flip, right, the axial is going to be the same, up, down, up, down, up, down. And the way we find out the equatorial bonds is the same as well. Opposite direction to the axial and parallel to the next two bonds. Like that.
Okay.
Right. So here's the important note for chair flips here. When we flip the groups, change from axial to equatorial or the other way around, equatorial to axial, but maintain the same direction. So if a group is up, it's gonna stay up. If a group is down, it's gonna stay down. So for the example here, we see at carbon 3, this isopropyl group is going up, right? And if we look at this chair flip right here, the group that's going up, which bond is going up at carbon 3 for this chair flip? Axial or equatorial?
It would be axial.
Right. So if we look at the axial bond, which is this green one right here, this axial one is
Mm.
going down, down from carbon 3. Right.
Oh,
And
okay.
the equatorial bond here is going up, up like that.
Right.
Huh? And we want the isopropyl group to be up because the wedge means that it's going up towards us. Right. So the isopropyl is going to go up like this. Um, the hydrogen is a dash, so the hydrogen is going to be going on the axial bond that's going down like that. Right.
Oh, Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And now let's look at carbon one, which is this carbon one right here. Where would that ethyl group go? What bond, axial or equatorial? But for this chair flip conformer.
It would be going down.
Yes, it would be going down because dash is going down. But which
Right.
bond is going down? Axial or equatorial for this chair flip?
It would be equatorial.
Yeah, so when you look at the carbon one right here, right? What color is the axial bond for this carbon? Carbon one?
Green.
Yep, green. So start from the carbon one and then you make a bond down. So this bond here is going down. The axial one is going down. The equatorial is
Okay.
going up like that. Right. So the ethyl group is gonna be axial in this one here.
Mm.
Right. So when you think about the chair flips,
Mm-hmm.
don't associate axial as up and equatorial as down always. Right.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that's a common mistake people make. People always think axial is up and equatorial is down, but axial can both be up or down. Equatorial can be both up or down. Right. These are the up axials here. That's the up axial. That's the up axial, and this is up axial. It just depends on where the axial bond is, what carbon. Right. The down axials are these down axials here. Down, down, and down. Like that. Right. The equatorial can both be up or down as well. Like these are the up equatorials. Up equatorial, up equatorial, up equatorial. Because they're going up. Like the way you determine if the equatorial is going up or down is you start at the carbon that it's from and you just draw a bond to it. And if it's going up, then that's an up bond. Right? Like if you look at carbon six, for example, if you start at carbon six, what direction is this equatorial bond going to?
It's going down.
Yep, it's going down. So that's an equatorial down. Right.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And on carbon one, the hydrogen is going up because it's a wedge. So that hydrogen is going to be on the equatorial on carbon one like that. Right. Every other atom is going to have hydrogens. So I'm just going to draw hydrogens like that. Right. So now when we do the chair flip, right, um, the groups are going to change from axial to equatorial or equatorial to axial, but they're going to maintain the same direction, up or down. So they won't change like the direction. If they're up, they're going to stay up. If they're down, they're going to stay down. Right. So let's look at the isopropyl on carbon three on this chair flip.
Okay.
Where would the
Mm-hmm.
isopropyl group be on this uh carbon? Axial or equatorial?
It would be axial.
Yep, it would be axial because at carbon three, the thing that's going up is axial, right? Because if we
Right.
draw the bond going up, that's axial. So that's isopropyl is gonna go axial. Hydrogen is gonna go equatorial. Let's look at carbon one. Where would the
Mm-hmm.
ethyl go? Axial or equatorial for this chair flip?
And that you said that was carbon one.
Yeah, carbon one.
It would be equatorial.
Yep, equatorial because at this carbon one at the chair flip here, the thing that is going down is equatorial like that, right?
Okay. So what we're doing here is like we're basically replicating the direction at which like the bond is
In the
um
flat bond line ring here.
right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
And
always
then
replicating the direction.
mhm. And then like what is the reason for doing that?
Yeah, the reason is to show the accurate stereochemistry of these groups.
Mm,
Wedge is showing a bond going up towards you out of the page, the plane. Dash is showing the bond going away from you, like towards the plane, like away from you,
right.
right?
Okay.
And then you could think of that the wedge as going up, the dash as going down. It just shows the stereochemistry because like this is like the stereochemistry unit now, like where you learn about like cis, trans, like enantiomers, diastereomers, meso, constitutional isomers, all those things. Um, and this is just showing you like like the like where groups are spatially, like Are they going up or down? No. Mhm.
Okay, that
But
makes sense.
the most important thing here is that notice how at this chair flip here, if you look at the isopropyl group, this was equatorial, but if you look at the other chair flip, the isopropyl is now axial.
Mm, okay.
Mhm. Whenever you do flips, right, these groups will always change, like axial or equatorial, but the direction stays the same. Like this isopropyl is still up, this isopropyl is still up, but this isopropyl is equatorial, this isopropyl is axial. Same for the ethyl, right? This ethyl here is axial for this chair conformer, but this ethyl here is equatorial for that chair conformer. So they always switch axial and equatorial, but they maintain the same direction, right? Because the ethyl here is still going down, ethyl here is still going down, like that.
Oh, okay. Same
Uh-huh.
direction.
Always the same direction, yes. The same, you
Okay.
never change the direction when you do chair flips. You only change from axial to equatorial or from equatorial to axial, right? You always change
Okay.
those things, but you never change the direction. Never ever change the direction, right? Unless you do, like, unless you flip this upside down, and if you flip that upside down, this is going to be dash, and this is going to be wedge now. And then, like, everything would be changed now for the chair conformer in this representation, right? Because imagine you have a 3D model kit, and then this pencil here is like going towards you, right? And then if you flip it upside down, that's gonna go away from you. So
Right.
it's like a 3D model thing, and then this is gonna have a different set of chair flips, right? But representing one bond line, flat ring, the direction would never change, right? If you look at one like stationary ring, like you don't do anything to that ring, right? But if you flip it, then the chair flips will also flip with it. Like the direction will also flip with it. Okay, so that's talking about like
Okay.
how we draw the groups to the chair flips. Now let's talk about which one will have higher energy, which one will have less energy,
Okay.
right? So energy is going to be inversely related to stability. If a molecule is more stable, it's going to have less energy. If a molecule is less stable, it's going to have more energy, right? And then when you learn about reactions like SN2, SN1, E1, E2, you're gonna learn about reactivity as well, and how this like relates to stability and energy, like how reactive a molecule is. But for now, the more stable a molecule is, the less energy it has. The less stable a molecule is, like the more angry a molecule is, then the more energy it has, right? And then something that contributes to the stability of these flips are gonna be steric hindrance. Wait, have you heard of the term steric hindrance before?
Yes.
That's good.
It's
That's
like
good.
when like heavy bonds are like the closest to each other and they're not
Uh-huh.
gonna like that. They
Uh-huh.
prefer more space. And
Yeah.
so steric hindrance means that there is greater energy and less stability.
Yeah. Right. Right. Steric hindrance is when the two groups are close to each other. They bump into each other. That decreases stability. They don't like that. They're very angry, so that increases the energy. Right. They're very angry. They have a lot of energy now. They're less stable. Right.
Right.
And a specific time of steric hindrance for the chair flips is 1,3 diaxial strain. Right. And then what this means is that if I give you some kind of random chair flip like this, and I have this group and this group like that, or even something like this, right? Notice how like if like don't like think about the numbering system here. This is gonna be different than how I number it usually. But let's say this is my number one atom. Notice how the distance between the other groups is they have a 1-3 relationship with each other. Like the turbido here and that ethyl there has a 1-3 relationship to each other, like that.
Okay.
1-3 meaning that this group here is like carbon one, and then that group is like carbon three. They're like three carbons away from each other. You can think of it like that, right? One, two, three. right? And because they're both going axial,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to have steric hindrance. They're going to bump into each other like that. And that's the 1,3 diaxial strain.
So that means like because they're within like within just like a single space between each other, then that causes diaxial strain.
Yeah, that causes diaxial strain. If they're separated by one carbon, and if they're axial, if they're like on the axial bond, right? Because if I draw the same thing right here, but then now they're opposite direction. Like let's say the ethyl is now going to go equatorial instead of axial. If that ethyl is now going equatorial, now these groups are not gonna have steric hindrance. They're not gonna bump into each other now because they're not facing the same direction.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
So if they were facing the same direction, then that would, and they have one carbon in between them, that would
Uh-huh.
be a 1,3
Yeah,
diaxial strain.
1,3 diaxial strain, right? The reason why we cannot have 1,2 diaxial strain is because if we have a turbidal here and then the ethyl is also axial on the second carbon, the axial on the second carbon is going down. They're facing opposite direction, anti to each other. Right? And then keep that word in mind, anti. Oh, like I think you've seen this anti word before, Newman projection, right? Like what were
Right.
the opposite of each other. They have like the least steric hindrance because like they're going in opposite directions. Like one group is going this way, the other group is going like that way. Right, so that's gonna have no steric hindrance at all. So we can't have 1,2 diaxial strain, but we can have 1,3 diaxial strain because if you look at the first and third carbon right here, the axial bonds are going the same direction. Where those groups, the bulky groups, they can bump into each other, causing steric hindrance or 1,3
Right.
diaxial strain.
Okay, thank
Right.
you.
Uh-huh. We could also have the same for this right here. Like this is 1, 2, 3. Even though they seem far away from each other, they could also have 1,3 diaxial strain like that. Right. Though this is not to scale. Like even though it looks farther, they're like the same distance.
Oh, so okay, so even if like the length of that like is like that, that
Yeah.
could still be a diaxial strain as long as that like they're both in the same direction.
Yeah. As long as they're both in the same direction and they both have to be axial.
Um,
Axial.
okay.
Right. Because if they're both equatorial, then they're gonna like slant away from each other. They're gonna like go away from the
Mm,
equator.
okay.
Yeah. This one here also has 1,3 diaxial strain with the other group right here. Right. So these two are also gonna bump into each other for 1,3 diaxial strain as well. Like the two ethyl groups here, this ethyl group and this ethyl group also has 1,3 diaxial strain because they're separated by one carbon right there, and they're both axial.
Okay, that makes sense.
Uh-huh. Right. So for practice problems purposes, right, the more stable or less energy conformer will have the bulkiest group on the equatorial position. Right. So if you have this versus this, this will have less energy, more stable. Because we see that the bulkiest group, the turbidal here, is on the equatorial position. Right. This axial turbidal here can have 1,3
Mm-hmm.
diaxial strain with the hydrogens. Like that. Right. So let's look at an example problem of this. Where if we have the bulky group at the equatorial position, this bulky group at the equatorial position is like going out of the equator, going out of the plane. So it's not gonna bump into anything if it's equatorial. right? But if it's axial, then there's a big chance that it's gonna bump into each other, like at the third position, right? Not the second one because the second one is going opposite direction. But we can still have um 1,3 diaxial strain if there's a group here, right? But it has to be at like one carbon away. So it could have 1,3 diaxial strain with another group here, right? Where they are separated by that carbon right there. Right? Because they're facing the same direction, they're bumping into each other, 1,3 diaxial strain, like that.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be always up. It could also be down as well. But they have to have a 1,3 relationship to each other. Okay. So let's look at an example problem here. Uh, that's a key. That's a key. That's a key. Okay. Okay. This is nomenclature, I think, converting it. This one is telling you to do energy, lowest energy, or they're the same energy. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay. So let's look at B, for example. Right. They're asking you to draw the chair flip of this. So how would you draw the chair flip of this right here? How would you number it and how would you draw the chair flip? Let's start with that.
Um, so just to go back on like what you said before, we can number it however way as long as we're consistent the next time.
Yep. However way,
Okay.
and also keep in mind about the chair flip you start with, right? Because one you rotate clockwise, the other one you rotate counterclockwise. If we start with this one right here, if we want to draw the chair flip, what direction are we going to rotate? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise.
Yeah, counterclockwise. Yeah, yeah. That's probably the most confusing part in my opinion. Like in my opinion, that's the most confusing part. Like telling what direction to flip. Everything else is like smoother, like much more easy than that part. Right. So we're gonna rotate everything counterclockwise like this. How do you want to number this? Doesn't matter. You can number it however way you want.
Um, I guess oh, well, I'm confused. Like, what do you mean by number? You mean like as in like where do I start?
Yeah, yeah. What do you want your number one atom to start? Like which carbon?
Can I could say the first one that you just pointed on?
This one right here. Okay. And then your number two. What do you want your number two carbon to be? This one or this one?
Um, the one below it.
One below. Okay. So that's gonna be three, four, 4, 5, 6. And if I were to rotate this, I mean flip it to the other chair flip, you said to rotate everything counterclockwise, right? But before we
Right.
number it, draw out the other chair flip, which looks like that, right? And if we flip everything counterclockwise, where would be my number one atom now be?
Um, it would the one be in the place of two?
Yeah, that's correct. If you
Okay.
rotate it counterclockwise, this carbon here is the exact same carbon as this right here. We just rotate it clockwise. We puckered it down clockwise like that, right? So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now what direction is this group on one going to? Is it going down or up? And here's the important thing: only look at the very first atom attached to the ring. Don't look at any other atom. Right. So look at this atom here
Mm-hmm.
and look at this bond right here. What direction is that going to?
Down.
Down. Right. Right. A lot of people get confused because they look at this one and looks like it's going up, and they say up because of that bond that they get tricked about. Right. So ignore everything else. Just look at the first atom attached to the ring, and then look at that specific bond only, and see that direction. Right. So if we do chair flips, do we maintain direction or do we flip direction when we do chair flips?
We keep the direction.
And what do we flip when we do chair flips?
Um, we
Like what type of bond is this? Axial or equatorial?
That would be equatorial.
Yep, equatorial. And when we do a chair flip, we're gonna flip the equatorial into
Axial?
axial. Yeah, axial.
Mm,
And we could confirm that by doing the up down thing. Up, down, up, down, up, down. These are all the equatorials, right? And then at carbon one, we see that the thing going down is
mm-hmm.
axial. And that makes sense because we maintain the same direction, but we flip like equatorial to axial or axial to equatorial, right?
Right.
So the ethyl here is now going to be like that, and that's going to be hydrogen. You don't have to draw out all the hydrogens. You
Okay.
can leave it as invisible, like how they did. But I'm just drawing it here just because you're just learning this, and I feel like drawing it out makes it more sense, like for you to see the whole picture. Right.
Right.
Now carbon three. Let's look at carbon three. Where would the methyl group be on carbon three for this chair flip?
It would be um going up.
Yeah, going up. And what is going up here? Axial or equatorial?
It would be equatorial.
Equatorial. Yeah, equatorial. Right. And notice how before it was axial, but when we did the chair flip, it's now equatorial. Right.
Mm,
So we always flip axial to equatorial or equatorial to axial, but we maintain the same direction. Okay.
right.
Turbutal. Where would turbutal be on this chair flip? Axial or equatorial?
It would be axial.
Yep, it would be axial. That's right. Okay. Everything else are hydrogens.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if we want to determine, so this is how you draw the other chair flip. That's part of the answer. But the other question, the other part of the question, is asking to identify the lower energy conformer. So to do that, what you want to do to determine the lower energy conformer, right, is you first determine the bulkiest group, right? Once you determine the bulkiest group, you ask yourself, is it uh, axial or equatorial? If it's axial, then that would be the higher energy or less stable conformer because of the 1,3 diaxial strain. If it's equatorial, that would be the lower energy
Mm-hmm.
conformer or the more stable conformer because of less 1,3 diaxial strain.
Okay.
Right. So let's go back to that problem. Um, which one of these would have lower energy? Well, first, what's the bulkiest group here? Ethyl, methyl, or tert-butyl?
It would be the turbutyl.
Yep, the tert-butyl. If you look at that first carbon right here, it's super branched, super substituted, super sterically hindered. Now, if we compare this tert-butyl with this tert-butyl, which one is less energy? Which one is more stable?
I would say the the one on the right is more stable.
Oh, this one right here.
Um, I think so.
Yeah, so this one on the right, you notice how it's going axial right here?
Mm-hmm.
If the bulkiest group is axial, it's going
Oh,
to
it prefers to be in equatorial
yeah. And
for
why does it
bulkiest
prefer to be
groups.
in equatorial?
Um, mm, not sure.
Uh-huh. So it prefers to be in equatorial to avoid 1,3 diaxial strain, right? Because 1,3 diaxial strain is always in axial bonds.
Oh,
If
yeah,
the
yeah.
tert-butyl group here is in the axial bond, it can have 1,3 diaxial strain with this group and with this group here, those hydrogens,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whereas if we have the tert-butyl group here, it can never have 1,3 diaxial strain because it's not in the axial bond, right? But to answer this problem, you just have to find the bulkiest group and then see where the bulkiest group is at the equatorial position to get the lower energy one. Right? And the reason why is because this has no 1,3 diaxial strain. Right. Whereas this one
Right.
here has 1,3 diaxial strain with that and this group. 1,3 diaxial strain or steric hindrance. Like that. Right. Did that make sense?
Yes, that did. Thank you.
Uh-huh. No problem. Yeah. So try the other problems
Hmm.
using this here. This one is lower energy, more stable because of less 1,3 diaxial strain. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you want to find the less energy, lower energy, see, lower energy conformer. You first determine the Boki's group and then see if it's equatorial or axial. If it's equatorial, lower energy. Axial, higher energy. That's a quick
Right.
way, the shortcut way, without like understanding. Like just find the bulky group, and then we want the bulky group to be equatorial to be less energy. That's how you can get the points. But then to understand it, it's because of um, less steric hindrance or 1,3 diaxial strain. Right, and that could be a conceptual question if he asked that, or if she
Hmm.
asked that. 1,3 diaxial strain. Right. And this one has more steric hindrance. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Try the other problems and then let me know when you get stuck, and I'll get back to you at the end of this office hours.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Alessandra. Hey, Jillian.
Hi, can I go through homework with you?
Oh, the homework problem. Yeah, we could go through
Uh-huh.
homework. You can share your screen.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because my brain is done from today.
Oh, done from today.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. From the midterm. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've been up since 5.
Oh,
So,
this is you up since 5. Did you sleep afterwards?
no, I've been up.
Oh my God. What?
I'm ready to go to sleep.
Okay, okay.
Um, I think this one.
Easy. Okay. Okay, so this one right here is drawing the 8 different constitutional isomers for C5H13N. So, and they want it to be primary amines as well. So this could be one. Um, this could be another one. Um, this could be another one. Right, we have 5 carbons, 13 hydrogens. Wait, do we? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think Alessandra, let's see. Send a picture of that answer if you want. Okay, yeah, I think we could try this out really quick, and then you can send it to me, and then we could double check. Yeah, thank you. Uh, boom. This is another one. This is another one. Alessandra and Jillian, you guys should help each other out finish the homework because it's due in like 2 hours, right, or something.
Yeah, I'm down to share answers if you want. I'm done with 19 and 20. So,
Yeah, yeah. I think Alessandra's almost done with chapter 21. Like she has like
oh,
5 questions left,
perfect.
so then she can
Okay.
help you out with that. That's good. That's good. Like, I gotta help my tutus out, like connect them together. There's two. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, H2, and then we got what? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is like a Gen Chem Chem 2 thing. Drawing constitution isomers. So annoying. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I'm missing one. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. The one I'm missing is uh, this one. Two, three, four, five, three, six, nine, 11, 13. Yeah. So try these eight.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay. So next one.
Mm-hmm.
This one right here. We have an ether. This is gonna be a solvent. That's not gonna do anything in the reaction. The thing that's gonna react is this Grignard reagent and this ester. And if we look at the organometallic chart that I made in the office or during our session, um, it's gonna add the R group 2 times. So it's gonna be this structure. And the second step is just acid workup, like that.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, next one. This one right here. Draw the, oh, this one we did. This one. Yeah. Alessandra, you need to help Jillian now.
I'm
How many
so
questions do you have left,
tired.
Jillian? How many questions do you have left for chapter 21? Oh shit! I see somebody like blink questions. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Brian, look at this.
Oh shit!
I wrote an essay
You want
after
an
the
essay, and it's due
midterm
in
today.
2 hours. Oh my goodness.
So
Is it okay, Alessandra, if you help Jillian now? You guys can like call after or something. Yeah. Okay. So she's down to help you out with the homework and give you the answers. And then yeah, that's good. Okay. So I could give Jillian's number after the session, but for now, let's finish your homework chapter 21, Alessandra. Oh yeah. Yeah, Jillian could DM Alessandra in Zoom. Yeah. Right. So Alessandra, share your screen and we'll finish up your homework, chapter 21, so then you can share all the answers to Jillian after that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I actually finished chapter 21 already.
Oh, you finished chapter 21 already? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
need yeah, let's go. I need chapter
Whoa.
20 though.
Oh, chapter 20? Okay, let's do chapter. I think Jillian has chapter 20, but we can still work through this.
It's only like I think I think like three. Only
Uh-huh.
three.
I have
Okay.
all those if you want me to share my screen right now.
Oh, they have this because
Yeah,
sometimes they're different. Okay, cool. Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Look,
Let's
Brian,
do it.
I'm
Let's do
sharing my screen.
it. There you go. That's so crazy.
Um, okay, 20. Just gonna have to look through it all. There was
Wait,
one.
Elisa, do you have a
Oh,
homework
here.
program like
This
this
one.
or way? Like this way you achieve like this?
No, not even achieve. We have
Owl?
uh something like that. It does not look that complicated.
Oh, but you
Actually,
still have to put the
I,
molecule in and draw it in.
well, the first one was really hard, but this one that she gave us is like more like fill in the blank. So
Hmm.
like it's really similar to her lecture style.
Uh-huh. I see.
So yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
it's not that
I
hard.
also need another one. I
Yeah.
need
Alessandra
the
text Jillian what problems you need.
Yeah, which one?
oh, true. Okay.
Here, I'll just go through and tell me when to stop. I'll go all the way to
Wait,
one.
wait. Oh, okay. Uh, So wait, go back.
This one?
Go back more. Yeah, that one. Oh, okay. So it's H plus methanol. And what's the third region? Okay. Thank you. And what else did I need? I think the other one, the last one was just the nomenclature. I don't know why, but I kept
Oh,
like
yeah.
fucking up on that one.
Yeah, I had a hard time with that one too, but I have it. Also, since Brian's in the room, I wanted to know when you had the synthesis on the exam, did you feel like you were doing the same exact reagents 2 times or no?
Are you talking to Alessandra?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
On the exam, did you see like for the synthesis use like the same exact reagents like for both of them?
Thanks. I'm
Okay, good.
not, I don't remember. It's been a blur. I don't
I
remember.
know. I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jillian was the person that I told you about that did the long route. Jillian did this right here. She um did the NaCN or Grignard, right? You did a Grignard.
Yeah, I did Grignard and then I made a carboxylic acid and then I added SLCl2
Yeah.
and then I did NH3
XS
and then I did lithium aluminum hydride.
NH3.
God, I
That's,
can't believe I remember that from 8:30 this morning.
oh my god.
It's like in my brain.
Oh shoot. If you did lithium aluminum hydride, then you won't get this
Oh,
product.
I didn't. No, I did BH2 or BH4,
Oh,
whatever that is.
BR2 NaOH water.
Yeah, I did that. Whatever I texted you.
Yeah. The Hoffman rearrangement. That's good. That works. That works.
Yay.
Yeah. But the other way is NaN3 to get the azide. And then to the azide to this amine right here, you could use lithium aluminum hydride and water acid workup like that. That works as well. But hopefully, yeah, your TA should get that. Hopefully they don't get like points off. Hopefully you get full credit for that synthesis.
Well, my TA and I are besties, so if he's grading my exam, then I'm good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Anything else on 20 you want me to show, Alessandra?
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Okay. We'll call. We'll text. We'll do something.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna record a video of all 21 for you. Okay, Elysia, did you try another problem, or I can share my screen and we can try another one together.
I tried doing A just
Mm-hmm.
because I am still trying to practice drawing from like flat to
Oh,
chair.
that two-player, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think I kind of did it, but I'm
Uh-huh.
not really sure.
Yeah, you can send me a picture on Discord, and I can check.
Okay. Um,
You get to see a sneak peek of what you can see, Elysia, like what you're gonna learn, and like whenever you take it.
okay, okay. I'd be scared.
Scared? Oh shoot. Well, it depends on the professor. They have Farhat, which is like his first time teaching Monitina, I heard this quarter. But his exams like is very similar to the practice one, so that's good. This depends on who you take it with, like Helix, Farhat,
Does he
Levens.
allow cheat sheets?
No, he doesn't allow cheat
Like,
sheets. No,
no,
yeah,
not like Way.
he's not like Way. Way Levens Helix allows cheat sheet, not
Yeah,
Farhat,
he
not
said that
Pascal.
Farah his teaching style is completely different now compared to like 2C or
Oh
like
shoot,
Gen Chem,
Gen
and my
Chem.
friend says she does not like that.
Oh really? Oh, your friend's taking 118A with him right now?
Yeah, and she says that he gave up on teaching like how we did before.
Oh my god. A lot of people like didn't show to his lecture, and I heard that he scared people like saying that he's gonna do eye questions. But I think that's just a bluff because he didn't sign everyone in or
Mm,
something like that, and is not graded
mm-hmm.
somehow. Okay, so you put
It
um
was just for the one of them, but the other one, I know the turret butyl. I mean, first you number them where you move the one to the two position, um, and then I moved the turret butyl um in um uh I drew it straight. I mean, the first one that I drew was just for the normal, like normal chair conformation, and then I did the chair flip. So, I don't think I didn't include a picture of that, but I was a bit stuck with the bromine.
oh, is the bromine right here for you? This one?
Yeah.
And is this your final answer for this chair flip?
Um, well, that would just be translation from from flat to normal
Translation
chair. But
normal chair.
I would say, yeah, I would say you would still have to flip the chair for one,
You get
and
two
then you would,
flips.
would that be two flips?
So when you convert or translate the bond line platform to one of the chair flips, that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then
Oh,
when
I
you flip
didn't
it,
even
that
know
will be
that.
the other one.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess there's like two answers then. Um, but mm, I think that would be one of the answers.
Right. So let's look at this one closely. Um, how did you get these bonds here? What where did you get these bonds from?
Well, I know the tur. Wait, is that a turbule?
Yep. Oh, no, isopropyl, isopropyl.
Oh, okay, sorry. I may have drawn it a bit wrong, but
Uh-huh.
I just knew that in the direction of like one, there would be a, yeah,
There will be isopropyl going up or down.
isopropyl. Um, it should be going down.
Yeah. So what bond is this right here?
Oh, is that face towards you?
Yep. The wedge is facing towards you or up.
Oh,
Up.
okay.
Right. And this one right here is not going up or down. It's like somewhere in the middle right here.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So then I
Because
would have to make it go up.
right. Make it go up. And what bond would that be? That's going up. Axial or equatorial for this chair flip? Like
Um,
remember my trick on how we can remember the axial? What did we do to
right. We look at both of the sides and then we want it to be parallel.
oh, that's what equatorial.
Oh,
But first, how do we determine the axial bonds? The direction of the axial bond.
um, well, direction of axial bond is like either up or down.
Either up or
So, I mean, for that one, we would draw up,
down. We always start at the top left corner. At least that's how I do it. Always start the
right?
top left corner as going up. Like that's not gonna go down. It's always gonna go up.
Mm,
And then they will
yeah.
alternate up, down, up, down, up, down, like that. And that's
Mm,
fixed for that chair flip. Like the axials will never change in this chair flip. Axials will always be those directions,
okay.
right? And then equatorial is parallel to the next two bonds, like you said, opposite direction to the axial. So these are the equatorial bonds here. Wait, does that make sense for the equatorial bonds?
Yes.
Right. So now, if we look at this first carbon right here, which is this first carbon right here, and we said the isopropyl is going up, what bond is going up? Axial or equatorial?
It would be um axial.
Yeah, so
Wait,
axial is this one going down right here.
right. Oh, so then it would be equatorial.
Yep, equatorial, the slanted one, which is going
Oh,
up. So we want to draw the
right.
isopropyl going up like that.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Right. This one right here that you drew originally is like um Accitorial. Accitorial. It's
Right, it would
is
be going down, and I kind of didn't pay attention to the wedge.
yeah, right. You just guess, like where it's gonna go. You just like
No,
I
I
wanted to go
kind of
there.
I kind
It's
of
just,
translated it, but I was just a bit stuck drawing it from flat to chair in the
uh,
first place. So
uh, other than like, this I wanted to go here. This looks nice. No. Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
look
my
at the
bad.
wedge and dash. Yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's look at the bromine, which is on
Mm-hmm.
carbon 3, which is this carbon right here.
Yeah,
Would
and
that
it's
bromine
going
be?
up,
Uh-huh.
and that one would be equatorial.
Yep, equatorial like this, right?
Right.
And then you think it's going like this carbon right here, carbon 3. This is axial, but the axial for carbon 3 is going down,
Mm,
down, right? Yep. So this is the one of the chair flips right here.
okay, so then one of them would be axial, one of them would be equatorial, like when we draw these.
No. Depends on the direction. Both of these are
Oh, right.
equatorial,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, and both of them are also going up like that, right?
Okay.
So now, um, don't think about like one axial, one equatorial. They could be both axial or they could be both equatorial, depending on what carbon you put it in.
Mm, okay.
But the direction always stays the same. Right? Axial and equatorial, they can always change. Axial,
Mm-hmm.
equatorial, they can always change in between flips, but the direction always stays the same. Right? So how would you draw the chair flip of this here?
Um, well, we want to have the one go into the two
Uh-huh.
position.
Yep. So we wanna do the chair flip to get this one right here. The one is gonna go to
Mm-hmm.
the 2 position, and then the 2 is gonna be here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now, how do we tell the axial and equatorial bonds for this one here? Do we do the same thing?
Um, we'll do the opposite, just same position.
Opposite. They're gonna flip, but same position. So axial,
Right.
up, down, up, down, up, down, and then equatorial. When we draw those bonds out, opposite to axial, opposite to the two bond. I mean, parallel to the two bonds that they don't touch. Right, parallel to the next two bonds. That, and this like that. Okay. So now let's look at carbon 1. Where would the isopropyl group be? Axial or equatorial for this chair flip?
That one would be that one would be equatorial.
Yep. Equatorial. So the direction stays the same, right?
Oh, right.
Up.
But it's oh, right. Okay.
Anything going
Up.
up here
So
is
it's
axial.
axial.
Yep. Right.
Okay.
And notice how it changed from equatorial to axial.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it happens when we do flips. It always changes from equatorial to axial or from axial to equatorial.
Okay.
Great. Now, what about the bromine on carbon 3? If the bromine here was equatorial, what do you predict the chair flip will have for this bromine if this bromine is equatorial right now?
It will be axial.
Yep, that's a quick way you can think about it. Whenever you do flips, just think about what it is now and flip what it is, right?
Mm,
Right
okay.
now, both of these are equatorial, so when we do the chair flips, they're both going to be flipped to axial because they're both equatorial to begin with,
Right.
right? Um, Now the axial for carbon 3 is this one, and you notice how it's going up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same direction as it was before, up, and it stays up. The direction never changes.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm going to erase every other bond because these are hydrogens, like that, right? Now, how do you determine which one has the less energy? Which conformer has the less energy?
Um, well, we said that we would want it in the equatorial position. So,
Which group?
or like
Which group?
the bulkiest.
Yeah, the bulkiest group.
And that
Which
would
would be?
be the what is that?
Yep, isopropyl.
Isopropyl.
Uh-huh.
And so it would it would oh it would be the top one,
Yep, it will be the top one because this first one here is going equatorial, and that's the
right?
most stable one.
And it avoids 1,3 diaxial
Uh-huh.
strain.
Yep, you got it. That's correct. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, shoot, this kind of looks like a Newman projection the way I drew it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did your quiz go with Newman projections?
Um, it didn't go too bad. It made sense.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I think the next one is a bit scary though. It was kind of like what we were going
Mhm.
over. With 1,3 diaxial strain, but it's like I think one of the problems that I sent to you was like a little bit it was those are like those are gonna be the problems that are on the quiz, like
Ooh, okay.
the cyclopropane.
Uh-huh.
Um, I know there was a problem like very similar. Um, I am a bit scared about that, so you'll probably see me this weekend.
Okay. I see, I see. Yeah. Don't draw accitorial bonds, and this is not good.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh. That's good. Sounds good. Okay.
Like for an example for the one that I showed, right?
Mhm.
What would you or like on Discord, would you say because that one can't be diaxial strain, right? That one would be
Mm.
something else because there's no carbon in between it.
Yes, this one can be 1,3 diaxial strain. This one will be still steric hindrance, but it's not 1,3 diaxial strain. 1,3 diaxial strain is a specific type of steric hindrance. Right, because if we look at this structure here versus this structure here, which one seems to have more steric hindrance? Which one seems to bump into each other more?
The left one.
Yep, the left one because there's this. So that one would have more higher energy.
There would be higher energy
Yep, higher
because
energy,
they're both on the same side and
more steric
they
hindrance.
more steric hindrance.
Yep. But it's not 1,3 axial strain. Right, 1,3 axial strain is what we use for Cherry conformers.
Mm-hmm.
And gauge interactions is what we use for Newman projections. And gauge interactions is a type of steric hindrance as well.
Uh,
Right, this type of
oh,
steric
right,
hindrance is the
right.
cis steric hindrance.
Mm-hmm.
This, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so wait, you said you'll be seeing me this weekend, or
Um, do you have those sessions?
yes, I do, but my Sundays are only open for the morning. And Saturday I should be free like almost all day. I do have sessions in the morning though, so I have sessions open in the afternoon and night. But Sunday I'm only open in the morning. You can check my Calendly link, and you can check from
Yeah, I
there.
think I saw it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Uh, that's good.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
see
be
you then,
fine with
Alicia.
mornings. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
No problem. Good luck.
Have a good night.
You too. Good night. See. Okay, have you guys finished the homework yet? Are you guys sharing answers still? Oh, it's still sending. Really slowly.
If you want, you can email it. It might be easier. I'll
Yeah.
read it. Maybe it might be. Okay.
Oh my God, Jillian, you're running on like how many hours? Did you even sleep last night?
I mean, you know me, I can't even have caffeine. So I'm done. No, I went to bed at 11. So Yeah, and then I woke up at 5. I'm really tired, and I wrote
Oh,
an
so
essay.
yeah, so you had 6 hours sleep, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
11 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m.
And
Oh,
then took the test, and then
uh-huh.
I had a class.
Yeah.
Then I wrote an essay. Then I worked, and I'm here.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm
Oh,
really tired.
yeah. It's like perfect timing. Like you guys are both here, sharing the answers. That's so good.
Yeah. I saw that you're making your tutoring only on the weekends, right? Nothing during the week.
The weekdays, um, my duty, like some of the duties wanted regular sessions, so they like scheduled regular sessions like throughout the week, and that's why there's no more available time during the week. But we can set up regular sessions like them over the weekend, just so we would lock out those times for us if you want. Or if not, you could schedule it like by yourself, whenever you have free time.
Okay. When's the next midterm?
Oh shoot.
Like I don't even want to think about it, but
Probably like week 7, week 8 ish, like 4 weeks, 3 weeks from now, four, five.
like before Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit, I'm not sure.
I think so. I think it's like right before.
Mhm. You go to sleep right after you submit the homeworks.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Oh shoot, I have a homework assignment due tonight too. That I'm gonna do it right now. Yeah. And then Alessandra, did you finish all the other homeworks? 1920. Aero training assignment. Like aero pushing air on achieve? What? That's a thing. Oh my gosh, that's due today too. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna end office hours here, but you guys have each other's phone numbers, right, to like communicate and talk to each other. Um, just in case you guys need each other's like help for the homework tonight.
Bye, Brian.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye bye.